Hello,
Hello there. How are you?
very well. And you?
Yeah, yeah, everything's good. Only 3 more days.
Sorry?
So we only have 3 more days, so
Why?
the festival will be over, and that's gonna be the end of it.
I didn't
You like you
understand.
you like dairy food?
What?
Do you like dairy food? Like
Berry?
milk? Yeah, milk as opposed to inflation.
Yeah, but
Yeah?
there's not too much I can eat without getting my sugar up through the roof.
Ah,
But I do like dairy, for sure.
okay.
But I do like pasta, which I can. I like pizza, which I can. So I'll end up
Okay.
having fish,
Fish, fish, fish, fish.
which I don't like. Hello, Harold.
Hey, hi, Mario.
I wonder if I should go on sending the messages when the share is,
Yes,
because you don't look at them.
I did. I did today.
Hmm?
Oh, did I look today? No, I looked yesterday, and then I forgot that it's 7:15. So yeah, leave it there. I'm sorry if it's a trouble, but
No, it's no trouble, except I feel bad that you are there watching the air, because you
no,
arrived, you came in early today.
I came in early. I was in a rush, and I forgot it's 7:15. I'm sitting there. Oh, 7:15.
Oh, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I knew it was off. I was coming from someplace. I ran like a maniac, and I get here. Oh my God! I ran over two people just to get here.
Did you go back?
No, why should I have the duff? Mario, I see you're growing fins and scales.
Say it again?
How much fish did you eat? I see you have scales and fins like a fish.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Especially I don't like to pick it up from the fish grill.
Oh, why? Because so many people? It smells.
Terrible. I
Yeah.
told Anna I wanted to take it hanging from the window of the car.
It stinks up the car. Yeah.
No, and my clothes and
Yeah.
everything.
It's like the bingo we used to have for Yavna.
Yes.
Oh, but that was really bad. Hi, Ernie.
Hi. So
Hey.
we're on
Here,
Mem
filthy.
Daled 44. Tanya Rabbi Yosef look for Nemar V'eschat Aschema Sh'Asisim Es Ha'egel. We said in the Mishnah that if you grind down an Avodah Zara, you cannot use the filings because it's also Asher Bano. But the Torah recounts that when they built the Egel, Moshe ground down Asher Asisim Ha'egel, Lakachti B'Asrafel Soba Eish, he burned it. Va'akoso sotachon hetev, and he grounded it. Adasher dakla until it was like dust. Va'ashlicha safar al anachal and he threw it into the river, which seems that Moshe was able to mevatel, to nullify by grinding. And we're not concerned about the filings can be used. Amru lo misham raya. There's no proof from there. Harei oimer vayizra pnei amayim vayashres pnei Israel. This wasn't done to destroy the Avodah Zarah. It was done in Niskaven El Laboidkoi. He used it as a test. He had the Jewish people drink the water. Those that had worshipped the Egel died, like Kesotos, like a woman who is accused of infidelity, and her husband brings her to the base of Mikdash, and they test her out. It's like a bedika. Amar Rav Yosi. Valokva Nemar, it says by Asa Melech, the Gamis Macha Imo, his mother Macha, Hesira Migvira Sharasasa Mifletzta, she removed an idol, Vayadik Vayisrof Nachal Kidron, and they ground it up, they burnt it, and they threw it in Nachal Kidron. So also we're not choishish about the grindings. Armelo Misham Rai, there's no proof. Nachal Kidron Einam Agavil Tzmachim. There was no use there because the river there could not be used for, to fertilize plants. Freit more of a low. I'll show you it has. Vatanya, elu ve'elu. So the blood that is sprinkled in the Beis Hamikdash, misarvim ba'ama, there's like a sewage system in the Beis Hamikdash. The yoitz in the Nachal Kidron, it also exits into this river. And yet it says, V'nim koren leganonim lezevel u'moalim behem. If they sold it to gardeners for fertilizer, you would be chayv meila. So you see, there were places that Nachal Kidron were used to grow plants. So the Gemara says, makomos yeshbo. Yeah, it depends. Yesh makom shemegadol tzmachim, yesh makom shemegadol tzmachim. So when they destroyed the mifletzet that Malcham made, they threw it in the place that did not grow plants. On the side, we want to know my miflatz. So what does that mean? On Rav Yehuda dahav mafle letzenusa. There was a lot of clowning around. Kedetani Rav Yosef Kimin Zachrus Asasallah. There was like a phallic symbol, and she would have relations with this phallic symbol that was on this idol. As you can see, the idol worship was done mainly for sexual immorality. Amar lahen Rav Yosi. That Chizkiah Melech, the snake that Moshe had made in the desert to save them from being bitten by snakes, had been kept by Bnei Yisrael, and they would worship it. So in the time of Chizkiah Melech, we learned this in Malachim Beis, he ground it down. And yet that was good enough to be Mevatel Avodah Zara. Amr lo, Misham Raya, there's no proof in there. Harei Oimer, Moshe Aseh Lecha Sarav. Lecha Mishlecha means this copper snake was not from Tzibur, was from money of Moshe Rabbeinu. So, and Adam, Ein Adam Oyster Davar Shein Shalom. Just because the people worshipped it doesn't mean it became an Avodah Zara. Because you're not allowed to prohibit something that doesn't belong to you. V'asam bedinu the kasusi law of it. He really didn't need to grind it down. It was not an Avodah Zara. Elakivan the the Kato Yisrael betarti, betray. That he saw that Bnei Yisrael make a mistake, wanted to make an Avodah Zara. So he broke it. Amar lahem. Rabbi Yossi brings another proof. Valokva Nemar, by the Plishtim, by Azusham Esatzabeyan, they left their idols there, by Saum David Vanashav. And David and his people carried it away. And over there we learn that he ground it up and threw it into the wind. Where do you see that when it says David carried it, it means he ground it and threw it in the wind? Targum Rav Yosef Tizarim v'ruach Tisayim. That means grind it, throw in the wind, and the wind will carry it away. Amru lo, so they responded to Rav Yosi, Mishamein Raya. There's no proof from there. Rehu Oimer Vayisrafu Ba'esh. That David burnt it. Umilok Siv Vayisrafum Vayisaum. There in Shmuel, it didn't say he burnt it and carried it. He just carried it. Shema Minah, that Vayasaum Mamish. He took it. So we may call Malcolm kosher kraya dodi. So did he burn it or did he take it? So Kravuna, the Ravuna Rami. Ksiva Yomer David Vayisrafu Ba'esh. One pasuk says he burnt it. Uksiva Yisrael, another pasuk says he carried it away. Loi kasha. Khan, when it says he burnt it, Kodim Shabo Iti Agiti. Iti Agiti was a goy who eventually joined David. He has the power to move out of Avodah Zara. So prior to Iti, he had to burn it. Khan, when David took the Avodah Zara, he had Iti with him. He could be mevatel it. And then it says when David conquered Rabas Bnei Ammon, Dichsiv Vaikachas Ateres Malkam Al Rosho, he took the throne of the king. Umishkala Kikar Zav, it weighed a Kikar Zav. Umishari, how could David use this crown? Yisrei Anoninu. it was part of the Avodah Zara of the Ammon people. Amr Achman, Iti Agiti Bau Bitla, Iti Agiti nullified it. Then Mishkala Kikar Zav, it weighed a talent of gold. Hechi Matzi Malcha, it's too heavy to go on his head. Amr Marav, it was fit to be on his head. He didn't wear it. Amar, Evan Shoeves Saisaba. There was like a floating stone, the Avadarala, and that sort of lifted it. Rabbi Lazar Evan Yakrai Sabash Sheshaveh Kikarzav. There was a expensive stone in the crown that was worth a talent, but didn't weigh a talent, so he could wear it. Zoisai Sali Ki Pikudecha Notzarti Pasuk and Tilim. My cover. What does this mean? Hachi cover. Bischar Shepikudecha Notzarti Zos Haisali Leedus. The reward that I fulfilled what you commanded me. This is my reward. My edus Amrusha ben Levi Shai Menicha b'makam tefillin v'oil maso. The crown was shaped in a way that fit the skull of David HaMelech, which he inherited genetically, and it sat in the place where you put on tefillin. Frankly, more of tefillin. How could he wear the crown? He had to put on tefillin. So Amr Rav Shmuel Barav Yitzchak Mokam Yesh Barosh Shroy Lanichal Bo Shtei Tefillin. You have a place on the head where you could put two tefillin. So he wore the tefillin on the crown. Who's there? One second. Who's there? Okay, I'm teaching the Daf Yomi. One second. Come back. Oh, I have it. We're going to... Then it says, "Vayotzius ben Hamelech vaynu alav es hanezer v'se'edus." Yoash HaMelech, they took out the crown and they put it on his head, and it was like testimony. Now, Nezer zu klila, that's the crown. What's the edus? Amrid Amarav edus hilabes David. It was clear that he was genetically descended from David. Shekol haroy lemalchus hol maso. Whoever was part of the family of David their skull was shaped that it could fit this crown. Kol shein haroy lemalchus ein maso ein maso. If he was not fit for the crown, it wouldn't fit his head. And that's why in the first chapter of Malachim, it says, Vadonio ben Chagis misnase lemor ani emloch. One of David HaMelech's son, instead of Shlomo, wanted to rule. And he said he wanted to rule. He wanted to, but he couldn't do it because he put on the crown didn't fit him. So what did he do instead? He made chariots and he had 50 people running in front of him. So my Rav Usai, what's the special thing of having 50 people running? They had their spleens removed surgically. It made them run faster. They also had some kind of surgery on their feet, make them much quicker. And there is descriptions of ancient medicine that they did do splenectomies. Obviously, it was very risky. No anesthesia. Hard to imagine. Okay. I've had to remove the spleen, usually not because you want to, because it gets injured. When you take out the left kidney, sometimes the spleen can get injured. So I've been involved in cases where you had to do a splenectomy besides removing the kidney. Shal Pruklus ben Plusfus is Rabbi Gamliel Ba'akol. A certain one of the wise men of the Goyim asked Rabbi Gamliel in Akko, "Hayarochetz b'merchat shel Aphrodite." Rabbi Gamliel would take a bath in the Roman baths, and there was an idol of Aphrodite there. Amar lei kasu b'tarasim lo yidbak b'yadcha me'umam me'acherem. You can't benefit from avodah zarah. Mipnei ma tarochetz b'merchat shel Aphrodite. What are you doing in this bathhouse with Aphrodite there? Amar lo ein meshivin b'merchat. Number one, I can't respond to you because we can't learn Torah in a bathhouse. When he went out, Amar lo ani lo bati b'gvula, he ba b'gvuli. This bathhouse was here way before her. It was a bathhouse, and then later on they brought this in, and therefore it has nothing to do with her. Ein oimrim nasa merchat noila Aphrodite. They didn't build the bathhouse as an adornment to the statue. The Aphrodite statue became an adornment for the bathhouse. And therefore, the idol is not the ikr thing. It's just tafel to the merchatz. That's why he can bathe there. Dovarach there. In Noisel Chamam and Harbe, if somebody would give you $1 million, would you, if somebody gave you $1 million, would you walk into wherever your idol is, would you walk in naked and urinate in front of it? Here, here this statue is standing, everybody's urinating into it. And lo nemar eile Eloheim, when it comes to prohibiting how you worship avodah zarah, it's et shenoeg bo mishum elaha aser. If it's a practice that has to show some kavod, et she'eino noeg bo mishum elaha, but if it's some kind of degrading thing, mutter, it's not a prohibited act. So all of these were proofs by Rabban Gamliel that this is not the avodah zarah. It's not avodah zarah. So heichi avid hachi. He said he shouldn't have said anything in the merchatz. Here, he shouldn't have responded anything. He said it in Roman or Latin or not in Lashon Kodesh. Secular things you could say in Hebrew in a Beis HaMerchatz. But you can't speak Torah even in a foreign language in a Beis HaMerchatz. Tana, he didn't speak anything in the Merchatz. Only on the way out he said, we don't answer Torah questions in the Beis HaMerchatz. He gave him a tricky answer. It's not really true. Because Vani Oimer, but Rav Chama says, no, ain't a gnuva. It's not tricky. Now, why did the first Mandarma think it was tricky? Magnuvta, the Ko'amar, lo, he said, everyone urinates in front of it. But that still could be a method of worshiping it. The Baal Pa'or, they used to go to the bathroom. Shemafriin lefanov, b'chol yom bein botel. So it was really not correct, says the first Manda Omar. It was a trick that he said. But Vani Omer ain't a gnu. It's not a trick. Because Baal Pa'or derech avodah zarah. Pa'or was when it was set up as an idol worship. That's the way they set it up, to do number 2 in front of it. Zu ein avodah zarah. But Aphrodite, this was not the way they was worshipped. Amar Abaya, Gnuvta me'acha. The trick was here. The Ka'amar Rav Gamliel said to this guy, Ani lo bati bigvula v'hi ba bigvuli. I didn't come into her environs, Aphrodite. The bathhouse was there. She came into mine. So what? What kind of answer is that? V'chi ba bigvula ma'avi. V'atnan avodah zar sheyesh lo merchat zogina nehenin mehen shelo betova. If you have an avodah zar and connected to it is a garden or a bathhouse, you can benefit from it when you don't give thanks to the Avodah Zara. But vein enim betova. So there was not really a good answer, because really this is a good thing for the people who worship idols to have a bathhouse there. However, Vani Omer, it's ain't a genuva. It was a good answer. Shelo b'tovas v'ro Gamliel. He's not interested. He's benefiting, but even if he has nothing to do with thanking the Avodah Zara, it's kibetos acherim dami. Somebody benefits, somebody else is machzik the tova, but not him. Rav Simon Bar Chima Amar Gnufta, the trick was mehacha. The Amar lo, zu omeres al abi v'chol adam mashpirin faneh. The statue is sort of in the merchatz. Everybody urinates to it. Ti mashpin faneh mayavi. Why is that a problem that they're urinating to it? Vatnan. Rak, if you spit in front of an idol, or hishtim faneh, or urinate, or gira, or you drag it, or zark b'asatzoa, or you throw excrement at it, arei zuena betela. You can't be mevatel avodah zara that way. So just because they're urinating in front of it doesn't mevatel the fact that it's avodah zara. So it's not a good. So it's a trick that he gave him. But vani omer ein a gnuva. It's not a trick, because hasam. Why over there spitting or urinating or whatever is not being mevatalit lefi she'atau rosachallah? Maybe right now he's angry with it, but an hour from now he'll give it flowers. This every day of every week of every month, everyone's urinating in front of it, so it's constant. It's kavua. And therefore her kavod is mevatel. Rava Barvul Amar Gnufta Meacha. The trickery was this. The Kamar lay. Ein oimrim nasa mechatz noila frodoiti. We don't say that the bathhouse was created as a adornment to the statue. Nasa frodoiti noila merchatz. The statue was a improvement on the merchatz. The Chiyomer Nasser Merchatz Lafodoiti Noi Ma'avi. I mean, how does that solve the problem? V'atanya Omer Bayazel Avodah Zara. Kozel Avodah. Somebody says this house should be for Avodah Zara, or this cup for Avodah Zara. Lo Amar Klum. Shein Hegdish Avodah Zara. You have to worship something as an Avodah Zara. You can't declare it. Like you can when you're magdir something. But vani omer ein gnuva. Nihi de itzri lo mitzvah. You by saying something like that, you won't answer it as an avodah zara, but noy mia ikka. But it becomes an adornment if you use it, and therefore, if you use the bathhouse that was made for its covet, it's also, and therefore or use the thing, it mevatels her as the status of an idol. Okay. Tomorrow 4:30.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
We'll see everybody tomorrow.
very good.